Alright, so today we are going to continue on with the A-arms. Hopefully we can get the other side done up. It's, I don't know, like 2:30 in the afternoon. I had errands to run this morning, so I'm a little bit late on getting out to the shop, but we will truck along and see just what kind of mayhem we can get ourselves into. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use a transfer punch, which, if you don't know what that is, alright, say you didn't have a hole in this one, okay, but you needed to. So you would be able to take your transfer punch, and if it was the right size, which this is not, this would go right down and through, and then you can put it down on the bottom, let it just kind of sit there, and then you just take your hammer and you give it just a real light, doesn't have to be anything hard, just a real light, that's it. Because these are not a hardened punch, they're not like a center punch, so you can easily mess up the tip. See how it's kind of flattened out? Very easy to mess up the tip, but it's all right. It'll get us what we need. Apparently that's the wrong size altogether. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull out the jack that's supporting the front mount. Okay. So I will bring you back when I get that off of there. Got an issue with a nut. I'm gonna have to cut the nut off. That's alright. I got plenty of bolt left over afterwards, so we'll get that cut, get that out, and then I'll bring you over on the bench. Alright, so we got all the mounts mounted. Lower arms are on. I have got to modify my spindles a little bit because they won't allow the skis to turn once those are on. So I'm gonna have to go in and I got to make a left and a right. Got to be aware of that. So I'm gonna come in just above this weld in here. Go to, let's see here. I'm gonna go to the center of the hole, and then so it'll basically be like this, essentially. So that will hopefully alleviate any turning issues I have. I'm telling you right now, it would be way easier if I made my own A-arms. Saying it, it'd be easier. But here we are. So we'll just have to make the best of it, I guess. So I'm going to set you back up over here. I got to cut those two pieces of the spindles. And we will go from there right after I figure out why this ain't level. I don't know. Level enough, I suppose. Okay. See what kind of trouble we can make out of here, huh? Alright, so now you guys get to see me struggle with getting this motor sat in here. Because my clutch is really close to the belly pan and whatnot, and that's no bueno. So I gotta figure out how I can fix that and still keep everything that I need. So let's find out, shall we? might not be able to get it in there on top of the overstructure. Yeah, give you a little bit of a bird's eye view. So the overstructure is here so I could lose olive in there. Get rid of all that structure down low, put it up high like the new sleds. Rolled it forward. Like in dirt bikes, you see them rolled forward. That has, from what my understanding is, that has to do a lot with the torque. So I don't know. I decided to do it. If it don't work, oh well. Figure out something else. Have to redo the overstructure if it doesn't work, or if I can't tell the difference, I leave it. I've got a second sled that I'm setting up. After this one's done, I'll set it up how this one used to be set up and see if it runs any better, handles any better, is any better. Otherwise, this is one big old waste of time, and I really hope it's not that. So what we have is we've got a real faint line that you can barely see that goes right across here. That's where the mounting plate, it's going to be above that line. That's where the mounting plate is going to go for this. So it'll just kind of sit, I think, right about there. Be kind of close to the clutch. But there's just a smidget of room. So hopefully that'll work. I can reform the body pan or the belly pan. I can add down here and just kind of bring it maybe up like such, give myself some room. It's plastic. With a little bit of heat you can move it, manipulate it around a little. So we'll see what happens there, but so far I'm pretty happy with the lower A-arms. If I absolutely cannot get these to mount up, then I guess I don't really want to, but I'll make different ones. So, I don't know. We're coming along, slowly, surely. Those are, well, you can't see. Those are able to turn. I won't know if I'll need to open up my hole anymore. I've already opened it up twice. But seems like just kind of depends on where I set this, whether everything rides nice. I'm just gonna take another yeah, I think so. Kind of excited to get the skis back on, get the belly pan back on, work that how it needs to be worked, and then get this thing back on its skis and see just how well it moves. I'm a little worried because I'm using these shocks versus the extra 12. These shocks, because these have the nice adjustable. These don't. They don't even have a way to adjust, even just by, you know, the 3 or 4 different height adjustments. It has none of that. But I did figure out that I can use this in the skid, and I'm hoping that I can get this spring strong enough, stout enough to be able to run the longer shock on the rear end and get rid of those springs that are just sacked out. See if I can't get something like this in there and get its rebound back, and, you know, just kind of make it a little bit of a gooder ride. Don't want a great ride, just gooder. Yeah, perfect. So we'll go from there, see where we're at. So we're taking a quick break on the A-arms. I got some handlebars in. Decided I didn't want to put those on, so I figured I'd film. I have already put the bars on, but I'm not completely done putting my my steering post together. So I got one left bolt on that, but I don't know. Figured I'd video. Always so much easier to put things together before you weld them. And that's why I tell you guys, give a little bit of room for when you're done welding. It's gonna move. The material is gonna move, no matter what. So you want to make your holes a little bit bigger than what they have to be, so you're not fighting with them. You want to make sure that you got enough room. I was limited on my room on this steering post, so I'm fighting it. I knew it was gonna happen, but I'm here fighting it. So just gotta grit teeth and bear through it. Not everything is going to be absolutely perfect, sadly. I'm always playing that where to go game. Like, seriously, where did it go? I just had it. You know, the 7/16 wrench. That's what I'm looking for. Can you see it? Fine time to leave me, 7/16s. Got a bunch of work to do, and you're my main tool. I can't find you anywhere. You know, it's really hard to keep a tune that's different than the tune that's in your ear. I feel like, you know, I might be out here for 8-10 hours. Spend a good 6 to 8 of that looking for things. I was right here. Just on the other side. Well, now, can somebody help me? I can't find it. I probably don't have another one. I wonder if I can find another one. Constantly moving this damn thing around. Alright, well, that footage is gone. I had some visitors come in and I got it in. I know. But this is what we got. So we've got a U-joint underneath that I had to make because I couldn't find one. into, these are actually steering parts for a Magnum 425, a Polaris four-wheeler. So those work out pretty well. Might have to loosen them up a little bit. I see it's really squeezing on that one. So I'll do that real quick. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and get back on the A-arms now. Starting work on the upper arms. I've got this one here that's already mounted partially, and then I've got to make this one and then go ahead and finish that cap off over there once it's in, and I like where everything's sitting. So let's go ahead and start figuring out what we need. Need to go find a tape. So what that just did is it found my angle for my bend on this arm. So I need to go with we'll do an 1.5 leg there. We're going to come out a 2.5, and then we're going to have 1 1.8. So we got to figure out what all that is. So 5 1 So I got my pieces cut. Had to cut a new strip of 10 gauge for this. So I got that cut, got the end of it knocked off for the piece that I need. And we're going to go ahead and attach this to the sled. I'm gonna burn it. Figured give you all a view. Oh, one more thing when you're welding. Stop tacking. Tacks are for holding things together. You want an actual bead for when you're doing things, especially for those of you who like to get rid of your weld. Tacks aren't giving you penetration, they're going to break. So keep that in mind. There. All welded up. Good and red. So before I go and dunk that, I at least want the red to go away. Alright, red's all gone. It's also not a good thing to quench your welds like that, especially in water, of all things. I mean, that's what I'm doing, but I don't know. Guess we're gonna see. But generally, rule of thumb is you don't want to quench your weld. I don't like working with molten metal when I have to drill holes and stuff in it, so I'm cooling it down. If I was doing this for like a job, it'd be a different story. I'd let it cool on its own. But I got stuff to do. You know what I mean? I got a bunch of stuff to do. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so we got the A-arm mount set up. Now we got to finish up that one. 3/4 to 1/16. The 1 7/8 long piece. Got ghostesses knocking on the door. Lost my multi-tool somewhere. Not entirely sure where I threw it, but can't find it. Sometimes, as you're seeing, it likes to not be fun. You know, I swear, I spend more time looking for stuff than I do actually building anything. Alright, so can we get a ski on? That'd be kind of cool. Get a ski on there. Let's give it a shot.
Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights. We can take this.
Ooh, that's looking pretty chaw so far. Alright, now we just got to duplicate it over there. Not going to be fun. That first set sucked. So I tell you what, I'll just bring you back when I'm done. Alright, I'm gonna get after it. Alright, finally, it's the next day, but finally we got this done. So, let's check it out. So, we've got everything mounted up. That's one of my mounts. It's the other mount. This one here turned out pretty cool because it actually ties both of them together with their own plate in the back. And then that. So now I've got to get the steering all done up so I can actually control what the skis are doing instead of them being no. Sorry, had to. Anyhow, yep, I'm gonna work on the steering today. Possibly, although I doubt, possibly might be able to get to the jack shaft location. If not, that'll be the next episode. So that is the end of the A-arm saga. We're going to do the rest of them in other videos. So, till next time.